So I'm Dan Vetris, President and CEO of Kontiki. I'm responsible for operations worldwide. We're a global company, and that we deliver video content for large organizations around the world. We're the market leader in what we do. We pride ourselves on our ability to solve problems in the most cost-effective manner.
We've been around for 12 years and are focused on really solving the biggest challenges that customers have with delivering video behind the firewall. And that is solving the network challenges that customers have.
What we do is we make sure that every single employee, regardless of where they are in the world, globally dispersed, the largest, most internationally organized organizations, make sure every employee gets a full high-end video content experience without the IT and or the business having to spend an inordinate amount of money for that to happen. So Kontiki today is all about being open to integrating to other forms of technology, in particular webcasting tools. There are many out there. We work with all of the major ones, as well as some you may not know. We have global relationships in that area. We also work with some huge service providers from a partnering standpoint. British Telecom, Intercall help us go to market. And finally, we are very committed to social enterprise and how we're going to integrate our technology to products like SharePoint from Microsoft and Chatter from Salesforce.com.
Video is becoming a lot more prevalent, and not just video like corporate YouTube, but webcasting, live. So if you want to do that stuff, then you need to make sure that your network can support it.
Packet loss, latency, one stream over the wide area link, those are some of the key challenges that are out there, and no one else can solve that like Kontiki.
Kontiki uniquely solves the video delivery problem. And how we do that is, it's a pretty clever way. We put a small piece of software on everybody's computer. All those pieces of software now can communicate amongst each other. And while they're doing that, their sole purpose is to move video comfortably and easily through the network without impacting the business network.
The alternative to deploying Kontiki's cloud-based software solution is to buy hardware from major manufacturers like Cisco or Riverbed or Juniper, which would cost you anywhere from 10 to 15 times more than what we offer you in a subscription service.
Other systems, you might get it up and running, but how do you test it? You have to have individual users in a single office testing it. With us, it's all automated. We can test all of this in the background, and we can test it at scale in the background with nearly every user in the company.
Our customers find it critical, especially on those live events when your CEO's pushing hard, is we need to get this done now. And when you've got somebody who needs to get that out in weeks, we're the only answer.
Our customer success team is dedicated to one thing: creating satisfied, happy customers that wouldn't ever think of leaving Kontiki. And we've been very successful at that. We have about a 99.5% renewal rate.
So we help our customers really overcome the corporate communication hurdles by giving them best practices, be it live, be it webcasted, or be it an on-demand content creation. We give them best practices with regards to marketing the event that they're trying to get out to the audience. And best practices with regards to extending that reach, kind of like I mentioned, taking that piece of content and proliferating it throughout various destinations in the enterprise.
At Kontiki, I feel like we have one of the best support teams in the business. And a number of customers have told us specifically that they respond quickly, they're very diligent, they respond intelligently, they're not just form answers or just stock answers. They don't put it on the customer, they try and take as much work on themselves to solve that problem for the customer.
There's actually a wider breadth of capability that Kontiki has, which is not always adopted at first. So helping an organization understand that and extending that use case and that business case will help really return that ROI and make it a much more powerful tool.
We got a phone call, I believe at 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon from a customer that needed to broadcast a video on the Dallas Stadium's Jumbotron. So we got our video experts on the line, we got our support team on the line, and by 5:30 that day, we had given him the source for those videos formatted in the right way to display on that Jumbotron. And 7 o'clock that night, they were broadcast to all those thousands of people in that stadium. Ultimately, how do you justify doing video versus not doing video? That's what this comes down to. So when you've got a CEO that has the choice between doing a conference call where everyone is just hearing some disembodied voice, listening to it over a low quality sound system, or doing a live video where you can see his expression, you can see other leaders from the company up there with him or her, telling a great, compelling story over the most compelling medium that we've ever had. That's the ROI right there.
The trend that we're starting to see within these different groups and these folks from the business side and the executive side is the emphasis on employee engagement and employee engagement initiatives. So that's been exciting for us because, of course, video is an important part of that.
We have a manufacturing company in Detroit that uses us with all of their knowledge workers. They've actually developed a portal, and that portal is where our information is housed that either they create in corporate communications or their employees create as an update to what's going on within the company worldwide on a daily basis as recorded with flip cameras.
There's a variety of use cases that folks are finding that really impact the business. And they can range anywhere from the town hall meeting, which is typically done with audio today and adding a video capability, to your training curriculum, to employee engagement type programs where they generate their own content for contests or grabbing that subject matter expert. We're really talking about the evolution of a video culture within the enterprise.
Probably the biggest priority for us right now is to expand the reach of our sales force. So similar to the partnerships that we have with British Telecom or Intercall, we're looking for channel partners.
We're solving the hardest challenge out there in terms of the delivery versus focusing at the application layer. That said, we want to bring a more of a holistic solution to our customers, so we partner with best-in-class webcasting providers.
Any of these applications which now are using video more and hopefully will view video as a must-have as part of their offering, those are the kinds of companies that we're going to target.
Right now, the most important thing that we have on our docket is to deliver integrated technology to social enterprise solutions and also make them extremely accessible from all mobile devices.
So I hope that as we continue down our path, that we'll be able to, not only do well within the video space, which I view as very fragmented, but become a force in some of these other big enterprise computing spaces, such as cloud-based computing, enterprise social, and really enterprise applications, all of which should be viewing video and live webcasting as a must-have.
Where we see the business going is we want to be known as the plumbing or the infrastructure or that delivery mechanism that will move content, video as referenced earlier, live and on demand, but also any form of content, particularly anything over 10 megabytes, which most IT organizations put a limit on because it chokes the bandwidth coming into the remote branch offices. We solve for that problem.